It's true, man. I grew up in a middle class home, in a middle class city with some middle class hoes. You won't ever hear my movements, it's just shit you'll never know. But my hit list looking crazy, man. I'm dead shot on the low, I'm really cold.
But I can't live my life like this. Ooh,
Yes, sir.
That was
Yeah.
Wilson with Cimarron Boulevard freestyle.
Oh, that was a freestyle.
Freestyle.
I like it. That was fire.
I liked it. I can relate. Obviously,
was very relatable.
Coming from our hometown and stuff
Yes,
like
sir.
that. He was definitely talking about stuff that we all could relate to.
Yeah, life stuff, regular life stuff.
Yeah,
He got into a little religion, got into his little background and his
his
family
parents
life.
and stuff like
You know what I'm
that.
saying? He said, what did he say? He said,
Middle class
middle,
family.
yeah, I'm from a middle class family, messing with middle class hoes. I was like, okay, I felt that. Like, that touched me on the inside. Like, yo,
Word.
boss.
So y'all go check out Wilson, because that's a leak. You know that? I don't. He
Oh,
hasn't.
we got exclusives out here?
exclusives.
Oh,
He hasn't
appreciate
even
you, my
released
guy.
that yet.
Yeah, appreciate
So
you.
go ahead and follow Wilson. I'm a definitely bing drop his Instagram right there.
I love that edit. I love that. I
So
swear to God, I
you
love that
guys
edit.
could go follow him and show him some love, so you could be prepared for when that drops, because exclusive.
Exclusivity. I
Welcome,
like
welcome back to Public Square with your host.
it. Just Wavy, a.k.a. Wavy the Gemini. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. a.k.a. Wavy the Gemini. The ageless wonder in the building.
Oh, and Kayla Briani.
Yeah, she like keep it simple, but you know what I'm saying? No humble brags today for me. I'm on it.
So we in here. Let's talk about first things first, the Super Bowl.
Yes, the Super Bowl.
So did it come out how you thought it was gonna come out?
Not even close. I don't think anybody could have ever predicted what happened on Super Bowl Sunday. I don't care who you are, how big of a sports fan you were. Any real sports fan never thought it was going to be 31-9 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that the Chiefs not scoring a touchdown. They kicked 3 field goals.
I only
That's
saw the second half,
Mm-hmm.
I only saw clips of the halftime show. Like I literally I tuned in the second half,
Right.
and I can only say that the Chiefs quarterback, and mind you, we're gonna go to what you had brought to my attention
Yeah.
before, but before you had told me that, I was just making fun of the fact of how he was getting caught. Like the second he was getting the ball, they were on him.
Right.
So then he had the spin, and I was like, oh no, you look lost out there. I was like, ooh, I'm not a huge football fan, so I
course.
ain't gonna speak, all the technicalities
Right.
behind it, but he looked like a chicken without a head back there.
He did.
But then when you had mentioned the skill it takes to be able to let go of the ball while you're being tackled by a
Right.
couple guys, I was like, you're right. You're right. If his team would have been catching the ball, I would have noticed that, I think.
I think you would have too, because you know sports enough to pick up on those things.
Yeah.
So, me, loving football, growing up playing it, all of that stuff, I like defensive matchups.
Okay.
I hate that and it's probably going to be a little ranty, but whatever. I hate when they pit quarterback against quarterback. Quarterbacks are never on the field at the same time. This is not Tom Brady against Patrick Mahomes. Even though I get it.
But it is.
Quarterback touches the ball every play. So what?
It's Brady's
Football-
team and Mahomes' team.
Football is 11-on-11 sport.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to get into my group chats and things that I say in my group chats because that's for another time. I'm not going to be that ranty today. But
If you do want his sports rants, comment below, because I've been trying to get him to do his little.
I'm going to have one today.
His own little-
But it's not going to be lengthy because I have lengthy things to say in my rant. But I'm going to leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's Patrick Mahomes against, Tampa defense and
Yeah.
Brady against the Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
I thought, Mahomes was going to put on, even if it was a bad game for the Chiefs, Mahomes was going to put on his super suit. Woman, where's my super suit? And he's going to put on his super suit and do his thing. Didn't happen like that. Do I feel like the game was a little home game-ish for the Tampa Bay? Yes, I do. I think it was very home game-ish vibes in the first half, not so much the second half. A lot of the flags that I saw fly, I was like, what? We ain't called that all year. What?
Really?
Y'all in subsection C of, Article 9 and all this other stuff. I'm like, yo, what are we doing out here? Like, this is a little wild for me. I watched Tom Brady chase somebody down to talk trash, Tyrann Mathieu, the honey badger for y'all who watch sports.
I heard that Brady usually doesn't speak, talk trash. That
No,
he was in his bag with Tampa.
He was in his bag this year. I was like, oh, so you got some backup. So now you out here thugging. That's what we doing? No problem. Watched them get into a verbal, little altercation, which is normal in sports. We all see it all the time.
Yeah.
But he chased them down. And how they throw a flag on honey badger? How he get a flag?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? The only flag I agreed with, there was one I agreed with for sure.
Yeah.
And that was the offsides one. You can't line up offsides, bro. Like, you have to be mentally there to not line up offsides, especially on the fourth down.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
So it was point blank. Like, that was obvious.
Like, that was obvious. You getting flagged for that.
Yeah.
Now, coming to these pass interference ones, I'm like, word? Did we call him pass interference on that? I heard the announcer say, he's playing too aggressive. What are we playing? Patty cake? We playing patty cake out here? I didn't know.
What I was upset about, and mind you, I don't watch football, was the fact that they don't let them talk their shit. When I don't know these players' names,
I got you. Mm-hmm.
When he tackled him and hit him with his peace sign that he does,
yes.
I laughed my ass off. And then he got the flag for that. I was like, oh, that sucks. I feel like football of any sport should be allowed to talk their shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it's not like it was I get when you throw flags for prolonged things.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with basketball, when they dunk on them and they stand over them a little too long, it's like, all right, now it's disrespectful, but now you didn't move that line of disrespect all the way to my front door. I get, because it's on TV, they can't be doing all that. Now, if it's my league, I'm all for it. I'm with it. I ain't ducking no wreck. We want all the smoke over here.
Oh, snap.
As an athlete, I know they're competitive, so it's just the competitive juice and nature of the game. Yes, I don't want a bunch of infighting. Like, I don't want a bunch of hands being thrown. This is not boxing.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Of course.
But they should be able to, like, talk they talk for a little bit, just a little bit.
For sure. Did you see how Tampa turned up?
Yeah, 6 people got shot.
6 people got shot. COVID done released the dragon.
It was already high.
Released the dragon in Tampa, which is crazy because I haven't really heard numbers or crazy news about it either.
About the shootings or
about the COVID
numbers?
After Tampa. I feel like we know it's there. We don't gotta talk about it type. Or we too busy talking about Trump on the news. I don't know.
I think it's a mixture of that, and they go after the rappers instead of the people. They go after famous people. So, like, I don't know if you saw the St. Petersburg mayor was after 50 Cent for a Super Bowl party. And it's like, bro, like, why are we going at... So all of the people that were out downtown 50, Tampa...
I would feel honored.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I would feel honored. The so-and-so mayor talking about 50... I'll be like, hell yeah, talk about me.
Fair enough.
You can't do nothing now. Speaking of the celebrity and turn up and going back to the Super Bowl, Tom Brady getting carried out of the boat party, that was funny.
Now, I expect that from Gronk. As a football fan, everybody knows Gronk is the party guy.
And that's what they were saying. They were like, Brady was trying to hang with Gronk, and they were like, you can't.
Which is crazy, though. I don't even know how he was trying to keep up with Gronk on a different boat. They weren't even on the same boat.
Yeah, but they were passing that trophy on like if they were on the same boat. His daughter in the back. No, daddy.
Yeah, no.
Don't throw it.
I thought that was so funny because, being I think it's funny the work that we do now. I look at backgrounds of things and background noise, and I'm more cognizant of it and aware of it now.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, when I heard no, don't, and he just chucks it and turns around and does one of the that we've all had that drunk moment, right?
Like once it left your hands, like ooh, if
right,
they don't turn out good, it's gonna be real bad.
So when he threw it, now he did the gauge, like
yeah,
and then threw it, and after he threw it and Gronk caught it, I think it hit him on what he just did, and he was like, oh.
But when you see the camera angle from Brady's boat, it doesn't look far.
No.
But when you look the camera angle from the other side and the
goodness.
side angle, you're like, yo, he really just risked it. Like he said, F it, we gonna throw it. I got 6 more at home.
Exactly. In my mind, I was like, this is my 7th one. If this one falls in the water, so what?
Well, congrats to Tampa, especially it being home.
Congrats to
Tampa.
Tampa.
That's dope. He said,
I give him their little props.
He whispered, congrats to Tampa.
I give them the little props. They won the game.
In better news.
Is this better news?
In better news.
Okay, I'm with it. This is better news.
News.
2 episodes in a row, dance party? Oh, I got to pull out some more dance moves.
It's better news for me, but not for her, Bendito.
Hold
Danny.
on, before you get into Danny. Hold on, before you get into Danny. You gonna have to slow down all these dances, okay? Because I'm not the dancer you are, okay? I can't be pulling out the same little whoopty or the pop smoke. You feel me?
I had to pull out a dance that her ex did. You know.
Do my little dancey dance. Oh, yeah, do your little dancey dance.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Was it?
I'm over here
To her, I guess you could say.
her ex's dance to her, like, ooh.
Oof.
Anyway.
That's probably how she got him.
Don't come after me,
no,
baby.
You smart. She was with him. She may like that.
She said,
you're doing it. I'm just saying. I'm gonna leave that alone.
What we're talking about, my people, is Danny Lay is single.
Single now.
She running into Valentine's Day solo.
Hold on though. Why? I guess because you're in the limelight, and I guess because your relationship is in the limelight. Why announce that on Instagram? I'm
officially single. She did that. I love her, so you got to know that this comes from some real shit.
Right.
She did that shit like a high school girl.
That's what I wanted. That's why I was asking. That's why I said
single now. Like, bleh. I know her DMs must have been
like,
popping though.
Oh, that day it was up.
She probably did that for that. Just
Why?
To piss him off. To
piss him off?
He'd think the same. Like, now everybody gonna be all up in my business and in her DMs.
Speaking of, his baby moms was talking a little talk.
Again or no? Again? After she said they're single? What she say? She's like, I told you.
Sips tea.
She said, he didn't want no yellow bone.
It was crazy. She said, I guess that's not what he wants.
Oh.
It was a tweet.
It's the same shit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I knew they were going to go after that
said,
song.
Bah, bah, bah. She let it have.
But does he want you?
I don't think so. I think it's just because they got kids, to be very honest with you.
I don't ever see him flaunting about his baby mom.
No.
Like, what is she doing?
I didn't see her.
So she gonna go after every bit that he messes with
That's
after?
gonna be messy. But I didn't know what she looked like until the Danny thing happened. When I think Danny had the little her and I don't know. Danny was. I take that back. It wasn't a back and forth. It was a one-sided thing with his baby moms because Danny was very, very classy when baby moms came out with the wild allegations in the first place.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Dang, well, she's single. Even though I really thought they were cute together. On a serious note, I thought they were cute together.
I thought it was dope.
But, maybe he didn't want to spend money on Valentine's Day and said...
Oh, he gonna double back?
He said, skedaddle.
You think he might hit the double back? I don't know.
They might end up. I don't know. After she announced it, maybe she messed up her chances.
You see, this is my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she messed up. He messed up. I hope he ain't say nothing wild after the fact. You feel me? Like, 'cause, I
haven't seen him post about it.
Danny, I don't think he will. I seen a lot of his daughter, which I like.
But speaking of breaking up, right?
Yes.
I saw a post the other day, screenshots of text messages.
Okay.
People are breaking up off of the silhouette TikTok challenge.
TikTok breaking people up?
TikTok is breaking people up. These challenges be OD. Like, I hope, not to get in too deep into this, I hope that Gorilla Glue hair girl don't become a challenge. Because I've already seen another lady do it, and I'm hoping it was fake, that, wasn't really the spray or whatever. But challenges be ruining people. This man told his girl, he texted his girl, was like, yo, I saw you do the silhouette challenge. I don't like that. I got a daughter. I need you to delete it.
Okay.
Because he said specifically because somehow, some way, they learned how to take the filter off of the video, like that red filter,
so you can see filter.
Everything.
Okay.
So he's like, I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want people to see you like that, and I don't want my daughter to see it. And she pretty much said, like, nah, like, this is my body. I'm gonna do what I want and how I want, and I don't care what they see or whatever the case may be. Okay. So he straight up was like, well, then that's it. There's nothing else to be talked about. It's finished. Okay. And she wanted to double back, like, wait, no, baby, answer the phone. Because she was calling him. He wasn't answering. And he was like, nah, it's done. Like, you're an influence in my daughter's life. And I don't want that.
At it from the parent perspective, not so much the relationship, is what the gist of this.
Well, as much as he brought up the daughter, yeah. But I think even without the daughter, the way he was sounding was like,
okay,
he just ain't with that showing everybody what's mine.
Okay.
And she was going off of, it's my body, I could do whatever I want.
Which she's 100% right on that. My question for this, and my question in general, is, and I hope people pay attention to this, I think this is very, very important. What is your significant other's Instagram look like when you met them? Right? And I asked that question because
That's so true.
if I met you half naked on IG, I can't expect you to not be half naked on IG for me. That's like dating a stripper. For real, no, for real, like on the real, right? It's like dating a stripper. This you meet a chick, you know she a stripper. Like you meet her that night, you in there throwing dollar bills, you out there going crazy, right? You meet her, things work out for whatever reason. You pique her interest. You now y'all are a thing and an item. You know what I'm saying? Going on a couple of dates, now you're a thing and an item, now dating.
Of
and
course.
Then you go, well, we're together now, so you have to stop what you're doing. Okay. You can
But
ask that question.
that should be talked about before.
Right, but I'm saying
If that's something you need to talk about, that's something you need to address before, because
But I don't think
you
people
can't.
do.
No, they don't, and you can't go in it like you said,
Right.
and expect them to change or off the flip of a dime
Right.
that they with you.
Now, if this is an out-of-pocket thing, like this is out of the ordinary thing, I understand a concern from your significant, like, oh, you moving a little different. Why you moving a little different?
Yeah, like
I
you
get
ain't
it.
never did that before.
Right, like why all of a sudden you moving this way? Like who in your DMs?
Ooh, I guess that's
You know what I'm
true
saying? Because
too.
nah, as much they be out here, all the half naked girls be getting all the likes. Nah, some of y'all that's bad in clothes be getting a whole lot of likes too, and y'all got all your clothes on.
Well,
I peeped.
let's jump into the question of the day and hear what the people have to say about what we were just talking about.
About the TikTok thing?
So the question was, can your significant other show skin on the gram? Why or why not?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but
One moment before you get into this.
Yeah.
Define skin.
Ooh, define skin. Well, I wrote it just like that.
Okay.
So I guess it would
So-
all be depending
Okay,
on how
on
someone
the look.
on
Okay.
how each person that responded took it.
Okay.
But when I say skin, I mean you
Yeah.
showing too much.
What did you mean by skin?
I'm saying you showing too much skin. You out there showing.
Okay.
I was specifically talking about
there
like
we
the
go.
silhouette,
That's
the
what I-
silhouette challenge type of you out there in your bra and panties and doing too much.
Devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Is the silhouette challenge technically showing too much skin with that dark filter?
Because of the fact that they can now remove it.
Okay, so only the simple
Yes.
fact of it can be removed is what I'm asking you.
I want to say my opinion on it after I read
Okay.
other
No worries,
opinions.
no worries.
Because when I answer my opinion, you'll know what I
Okay,
feel
cool,
about
cool,
it.
cool.
But this is I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Got
I'm
you.
just letting you know what I
Right, yeah,
me personally.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was the question, right? And what's funny is, I don't think any males replied to this question.
I wouldn't step in that water.
So you're saying as a male looking at that question like, that ain't got nothing to do. But usually, isn't it
wouldn't.
usually the males who have an issue with it? So why wouldn't they answer? The females are answering off of what
Experiences.
they're gonna do. Period. Whether
Right.
they agree with it or not. So why I feel like that question should have been more of a male intake on it.
Ooh, I'm not personally not stepping in that water. No. Far away.
Okay, so response number one.
I'm gonna respond for the pod. What I'm saying is like I seen that question on IG. Gotta go.
Yeah. So response number one was
Okay.
yes, I'm proud.
Okay.
Meaning that's mine.
Okay.
I'm proud for them to
Flaunt
be
it.
comfortable
Right.
and flaunt it because I know it's mine.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Can I just get the age of this person? Can we get a ballpark?
Can't.
Can you give me an age
Can't.
ballpark?
They
All right.
they're in our age group, if that helps.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough.
All
Continue.
right. So the next one was, of course, if I wear and show what I want, he can do the same. #equal.
My bad. Hold on. That's what I was gonna say. Why is it an issue? Why more women respond? First and foremost, as much as you know, what I'm saying, to not sound sexist, like y'all bodies is more appealing. Period.
And that's why I felt like that
So-
question was to the males. That's why I feel like I said it to the men.
I feel you on that, but that was my original point. Was like,
Because I don't know, I haven't seen many situations that a guy is doing too much unless we're talking about the gray sweatpants. That's been a thing for a bit now.
listen, if it's sweatpants season, you can't be mad at what I got. It's what am I supposed to wear? We
But
don't
I
have that many
swear
options
that
as far as clothing.
some of these guys, right? Some of
Uh-huh.
these guys, I don't know. I don't got one to know,
I got
But
you.
I swear they be bunching it or underwear or something.
You think a sock? You think they put the sock
They
in
do.
there?
They position it some way somehow.
Okay.
That for some of them, it's just more noticeable than others, or they
Okay.
buy their sweatpants too damn small.
Okay.
All right. So, but
Got you.
that's for another day.
Yes.
So that's why I felt like this question was going towards the women, because
Okay.
men don't really do that too much unless your girl's real jealous and they don't want you out there flexing for the gram. That's another. I feel like that's just a whole nother situation.
Do women really care if dudes be tight?
That's what I'm
'cause
saying.
At the end of the day, it really just be what we
They ain't
shirtless.
gonna care what you post, but they're gonna care who comments.
I'll give you that. I will 100% agree with you on that.
So the other one was, that's what I said. Of course, if I wear and show what I want, he could do the same, equal. And it's funny.
You know that brings me into my point, but we won't talk
Yeah, I
about
know. So it's funny that that person says equal,
it. Okay.
but it's not, because we have more that we can show that says like.
That's all I'm
So
saying.
so she's saying, I'm gonna do what I want. So
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and do what you want. But how much can you really do?
I feel like y'all got a loaded deck and we playing with 2 cards. That's just me. We playing with the 2 worst cards in the deck. Y'all got a royal flush. It ain't good for us.
Listen, so
That's just me though. That's just me.
so another person said their body, 100% their choice. This is
Okay.
where trust and maturity meet.
That was the point of my questioning of the first person's age for the response.
Okay.
That's why I asked. Because 18, 19, 20, 21, me?
Yeah.
No way.
No way your girl could do that?
I'm not okay with it
Okay.
because I know how as living that life, like, you know, I have already
I
lived
feel
that.
like not much has changed from our men 19, 20, 21 to now. 25 to 30.
I feel like I think it depends on your circle and depends on what you into. Because me now, I care less, to
Yeah.
be very honest with you.
Yeah.
Then at
Why
21,
why can you care less? Just because the confidence in yourself and the trust in your relationship, or you do you, and if it messes up, that's on you too. If you're gonna stay, you're gonna stay. If you're gonna go type thing.
It's partly that, like, so I'm gonna drop this. Shout out to my pops. I'm gonna drop this the gem that I've always lived by, but I've never, until I gotten older, I never really put it into 100% practice, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So my father told me about 13, which is very true, and I never thought I owned a woman. That's not what I'm trying to say. But my father told me, he's like, you don't own her.
Right.
She comes and goes as she pleases.
Correct.
Period. So if she goes and does something, that's not a, you know what I'm saying? That's not a slight on you.
Yeah.
It's free will.
Yeah.
You can do what you want. You do not have ownership over that person just because you guys are in a relationship.
I agree. So you wouldn't your girlfriend posted on Instagram in a thong and those little bikinis that only cover the nips, and you got your boys who follow her out of friendship and stuff, and everybody see. And you know you got family and stuff
Okay.
like that, and everybody seeing this, you wouldn't feel any type of way, or it goes back to if you got her like that. That's how.
That's what I'm saying. That all depends on how you met her. Now, I think again, if she's already like that, then you can't be mad about it.
Okay.
If this is a thing that she does on trips and things of that nature, that's understandable.
Okay.
If we on a boat in Miami, you know what I'm saying? That's Miami boat attire.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you, well, hey, we're on a boat. We're on a boat. This is our vacation. You can't take no pictures.
Okay.
It is what it is. I don't think my mother's gonna bat an eye. She's gonna understand the parameters around it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they're on vacation doing whatever.
Word.
Cool. Now, like I was saying before, 21-year-old me, yeah, it's an issue because we move and like I understand what goes on at that age. I feel like things. Not saying that cheating disappears and all other stuff. I think a lot of things slow down and we understand ourselves more and things of that nature. So where now, okay, you did a little silhouette challenge. It's a challenge. Cool. I'm not tripping. Like, you coming home to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have no issues when it comes to coming home to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? At this point, it's like you coming home to me. So, buddy could be all in your DM. Now, if you're entertaining these comments and entertaining the DMs, that's when I have an issue. But if it's, you know what I'm saying, dude sending you hard eyes and you, all right, whatever, cool. I'm
Okay.
not tripping.
So
That's me now though. Like you ask me, young me, I definitely have an issue with that for sure.
feel that. Okay, so the last question or
Mm-hmm.
the last response really was a question. They said, "What's your thoughts on this
Yeah,
one?"
what's your thoughts, KB?
So I'm gonna be completely honest, and it's probably gonna make me sound like I don't know, real old fashioned. But I am old fashioned. I think. So
Okay.
straight to the point.
Straight to it.
Hell no, my
Okay.
significant other can't be doing that.
So let me ask you this.
But I will not find nobody that's already in
Fair
that.
enough. That's all I want to hear.
If I see that's how you living, already a turn off for me.
So I have nothing else to say. Continue.
Yeah,
Go kill it.
100%. Like
Go get it.
it's just 100%. I wouldn't look into you or anything like that if I know that's how you
No further
flaunting
interest.
it for everybody. No, I like the surprise. I like to know that that's mine.
Okay.
I like to know that no one's going to be enjoying what I can enjoy on special occasions. Because
Gotcha.
for me, sex and stuff like that, and any type of physical connection is sacred. It's something big and beautiful, and not everybody should be able to fantasize on you on the gram.
Okay, so you don't think people are doing this already?
What do you mean? Like
Like,
without
so, like,
without
yeah.
the clothes or whatever?
Without
Sure,
the-
but don't
Don't give
Let-
them don't give ads to it. Don't
let-
don't
let
don't
them-
add no sugar to the pot. I got you.
exactly. Let them guess and think and hope
Okay.
and dream, but nah.
Okay.
I will not have my significant other showing too much for
Okay.
social media. Period.
Fair enough.
Now, like I said before, if they're already doing that, I'm already not interested.
You're already out.
So
Gotcha.
if we're together and then you do that,
Out of pocket. That's what I'm saying. See, the out of
Then
pocket
it's
things
like-
make me look at things weird. Exactly.
yeah, alright, so we're gonna have to talk. Now, would I leave somebody? Would I leave somebody over it? It all depends on the conversation. After I confront you, I guess, or I don't know if the word confront. I don't want to use the word confront.
I mean, it'd be a
Af-
conversation.
yeah, after I
y'all
come
talk
to you
about
and
it.
talk to you about it,
Yeah.
like I would come correct. I
Okay.
really
You're not gonna come in on 10.
no.
No, but again, we not like that though. Like just for a little backstory, like so, like I know you and me and you we're thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's one of those things. Like I said, 21-year-old me would have flew off the handle.
Yeah.
Like I know that for a fact. So
Yeah.
the thinking thing. So I know, and just for the people out there, so you would know, you gonna come like you're not gonna come on 10. You gonna come after you even thought about it and cooled down a little bit.
Of course, and after my last relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I realized the importance of communication, and I understand more how to do so without letting it get out of hand, and also
Gotcha.
not to do the whole, because I hate that silence
Right.
stuff when you mad and everybody's just silent. Like, nah. You could have your 10, 30 minutes to sit there,
Right.
but then we're going to come back to this. So I would come, hey, I didn't feel comfortable with
Right.
that post.
Okay.
What made you do that post, and is this something that's going to continue?
Okay.
Just so I know how to move.
Okay.
Because like you said,
Right.
they're not my, I don't own them.
Right.
So if that's how you want to move, fine. Now it comes to me. So you say, that's how I want to move. Now it's my choice, my decision
Right.
on how I want to take that. So am I going to stick around and accept it and be
Exactly.
okay with it? Or is that my cue to be out for my well-being?
Right. For your mentals.
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
So, question.
What's up?
Just not to hold us up a little bit, but they go, "Oh, baby, it was just a challenge."
it goes back to, is this going to happen again?
Okay. So they're like, "Oh no, everybody's doing a little silhouette challenge.
Yeah.
I want to do it."
Yeah, it's gonna go, and it also depends on the extent of that silhouette challenge, because
Okay.
you've seen,
I've seen the funny ones.
yeah,
Like
funny
Kiki,
ones,
like Kiki's
and
was
then I
funny.
feel like you've seen classy ones to, I guess is the word, and then you've seen,
Okay.
hey, I'm a freak and I'm letting it be known. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think it also depends on that. That's just a really, I don't want
A lot of what
my
ifs.
partner flaunting on social media. Period.
Okay.
That's
fair
that's just mine.
So even if it's the boat trip or the Miami, Belize, wherever in the sand type thing,
you know.
you know what I'm saying?
That's you on vacation and you out here. Now, are you turned around talking about, oh, look at the seagulls, but your ass is the only thing that
Nah.
you know, 'cause that the square you could only see
Right.
ass, and then she's talking about or
something real deep in the
yeah,
background.
like,
that's Bay over there type thing. No.
or you got a drink in your hand like
I'm sorry.
this, and it's real small, and all you see is ass, and you want to talk about like you promoting that drink. Like, Come on.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about because you said that, the skimpier bathing
No, if
suit
you
or
at
whatever
the if you at the beach
type thing.
and stuff like that, go ahead and do you.
Gotcha.
I want them to feel confident about themselves, but
Okay.
classy. Keep
That's
it
all I'm doing. I
classy.
hear you. I
Keep
hear
it
you.
classy, even though
I
it's
hear you.
real hard, in my opinion, to find because of social media that they're out there, but damn,
That's why I said, like,
they sure as hell ain't on Tinder.
they be like I said, they be talking about, like I said, like, only the girls that be naked, half naked on IG is the ones that get likes. No, they be ones fully clothed. That's bad too. They definitely be running them likes
Of
up,
course.
running them up. So I do think they're out there. I think they may be fewer and far between now, but I definitely do think they are out there.
Yeah, and hanging out with a lot of guys, and I'm gonna leave this conversation. I hope that you guys comment below on your opinions. I definitely want to hear. I want to hear the men. I know you say the men don't want to do it, but I want to hear what the men have to say about this, without fear of what woman gonna comment under your comment.
And I'm not trying to be funny, and I swear I'm not trying to be funny by this comment.
What's
The
up?
Me Too movement got us out here shook.
Yeah,
Can't say not a damn.
yeah, I guess.
And which is, I'm not saying that everything should be spoken on to be mansplained. It's not what I'm saying. But that Me Too movement out here and the cancel culture got us out here moving a little different. That's all I'm saying. But me personally, I'd exit stage left on that question.
Well, speaking of men, Casanova,
Yes, my guy.
he was doing the June bug.
The June
challenge?
bug, yes,
the June
off
bug
the
challenge
beatbox song.
off of what, a video call?
So yeah, so obviously because of COVID, they're doing video calls
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So it's one of
because
them
he's arrested right now.
Right,
You know,
going
he's in
through that
prison
trial.
and
Right,
stuff
we
like
talked
that.
about that. If you didn't know, we talked about what, episode 2?
Episode 2.
Or was it 3?
No, I think it was.
It was
Oh,
last
snap.
episode, wasn't it?
Episode 3. Go
It was
watch them all.
Yeah, go watch. First, run them all up.
Run them all up.
Run them all up first and foremost. And if you didn't hear about Casanova, make sure you go watch that episode 2. You will get in tuned.
Yes,
But
100%.
continue. My bad.
No, you were talking.
I was talking, wasn't I? Before I went on that monologue.
He was, because you were saying
my
COVID.
movie voice.
You were saying
right,
COVID.
because of COVID.
Yeah.
See, this is why, you know what I'm saying, you get paid the big bucks. Because of COVID,
They gotta
you
do
know,
it on the
they doing
video.
the video calls. You
Right.
know what I mean? And in my mind, being a fan of his,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Seeing him in good spirits, even though he's in a kind
like
of
I say, he's a
messed up situation.
fool.
Right, and he's a goofball. So, obviously, if you haven't seen the June Bug Challenge, you know what I'm saying? He's doing a June Bug. His wife...
It reminds me of the Pee-wee,
yes,
Pee-wee Herman dance. Yeah.
that joint, yes. So he's doing that on FaceTime or whatever, the little video call with his wife. Right. She's teaching him the little June Bug Challenge. I'm thinking nothing of this. Like, this is not about to be a big deal. Next thing, headline: Casanova is being disciplined for
They put him in the
doing
shoe.
June Bug Challenge. No. So, you know, they didn't put him in the shoe. But they took away his video call visitations.
For how long did they say?
I didn't say. They just said they took him away.
What a shame. I feel like they so mean to rappers.
They don't treat our rappers right. They already don't treat the inmates right. So high profile, they always want to make an example out of you. But it's like,
That's so sad.
they're not doing nothing. Like, so they took away his video call privileges. I don't know for how long. So now, even if he was trying to keep himself in good spirits, and the one thing that he could do to keep himself in good spirits, at least talk to his wife and his daughter,
100%.
is now gone. This is supposed to be
Mendito.
rehabilitation, not caged animals. Why do you think people get out and do other criminal activities? Because you treat them like criminals while they're in there, and treat them like animals, and you expect them to come out and be like, well, now I'm going to act like a regular person. And that brings me back to, remember we watched the last Joker movie?
Yeah.
Everybody expects you to be normal when you have a disorder, a mental disability.
Yeah.
Like, because he has a mental disability in the movie. It's like, no, you should be expecting the exact opposite. You shouldn't be
100%,
expecting to be
yeah.
normal. And again, and I'm tiny rants, promise you,
Go
small,
ahead.
tiny rant.
Yeah.
I ask y'all out here, right, listeners, what is normal? Explain me normal, because normal to you and normal to me could be two completely opposite things. I go back to a story, and I was talking about my father. I'm talking about my father a lot today, but talking to my dad, and my dad was, you know, he picked me up. I was little. He picked me up, and one of my friends came to him. He was like, "Are you James's real dad or his stepdad?" And he was like, my dad was like, "He doesn't have a stepdad." And he's like, the look this little boy gave me, like, what you mean he ain't got no stepdad, like, type thing. His normal is having a regular dad and a stepdad.
Yeah.
So explain to me normal, ladies and gentlemen, because normal, I think, is a thing that is, you know, just your reality. Because I believe, right, like, there is no, well, actually, yeah, what I'm believing and what I've been practicing lately is stop calling things weird.
I did hear you say you were like weird. No, I'm trying to stop that.
Right. I don't
And
believe things
why?
are weird because weird is all relative.
But
Just like normal.
But it's it pertains to your opinion though.
Right.
If you say it's weird, that's because you feel it's weird. So
But I personally feel like the word weird is condescending. We don't use weird in a normal like I want to say normal like in a complimentary light.
no.
Right. So that's why I said I'm gonna stop saying that. And so I started using the word different. That's different. That's not weird.
Okay.
It's different. And it's definitely okay for everybody. Be different if you know what I'm saying, whatever society norms is, be different. Be yourself because nobody can be a better you than you. So own it. And if there's things you don't like about yourself, go change it. If you don't like your weight, go fix. You know what I'm saying? There's things to do. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Everybody ain't a looker. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course, but there's things you
there's
can
things
do.
you can do to compliment
Now,
yourself.
it's funny. Not
Continue.
everybody's a looker, but there's a look. You could be a looker
Exactly
to somebody else, and it goes to the whole normal and weird
Exactly.
and yeah. I guess that's crazy. And there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of different, and there's
Exactly.
wow. Words from the wise, my people.
Just a tad, just a little rant for you today. Just a little
Okay,
bit, you know what I'm
hit me
saying?
with that
They said I
wave.
needed to open up, so I
Oh.
hit you with a little, yeah, I'm saying, hit you with a little wavy gem, you feel
I ain't
me?
got shit to say after that. Listen. Poor Casanova, poor his wife. I know
Yeah.
she's probably beating herself
Is that
up for
probably
posting that.
Right, because now, because this is what I hate, is like now she's probably like out there, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
all these other things. It's like, she was enjoying a time with her, like, if anything, she was enjoying a time with her husband. Forget the challenge. Was she doing a challenge? Yes, but she was enjoying a video call with her husband.
Of course.
Like, so this is what we're doing with all the things going on in the world right now.
I wonder if that's
This is what we're
is it
talking
like
about.
a written rule that you can't do dance challenges or you can't post? I've never heard of that.
If it's a rule,
I know someone who's locked up
Right.
and they're constantly on the video call, bugging out, wilding out, gang signs and all. But I guess if you don't have that publicity
right,
to where it comes into the public's eye, I guess
it goes unnoticed.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's
So
terrible. I feel sorry for him. My prayers and everything go out to him because definitely from him, what things that I've seen, because obviously I don't know him personally, things that I've seen of him trying to turn his life around. This is a sucky situation.
dang. Well, continuing with our black, powerful, beautiful men, Diddy accuses Sean John of stealing his logo.
Yeah, I seen that.
I thought Sean John was his.
I thought it was too, but then I thought about the timing of things and the way things happened and how Sean John happened. I think it's a partnership, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
So
So like his logo, the logo was created, like he created it, and then he
Yeah,
said
I think
they
it's
they continued with it, and he was not with it, or
right. Because I haven't seen him promote Sean John in years.
I didn't think about that till this situation was brought
Right.
up. I was like, oh snap, yeah. But I thought he just moved on because Diddy changes his names
Of course.
every 3 years. And he does.
That's so real.
He got all these brands and liquors.
Right.
And so I just thought it had moved on. I
Okay.
thought Sean John stayed back, like Baby Fat stayed back,
Okay.
and so I just thought it was that. But I was like, dang, so that's crazy.
Right.
And I feel like that when it gets into the high class people and the money behind it and stuff of that nature, those lawsuits are serious because
Yeah.
we're talking big money.
Yeah, what was it, 20 million, right?
Something crazy like that. And then you have all Diddy's lawyers and the money that he's going to put behind it to
Right.
make sure that he comes out on top. So it's like, I feel like Diddy's the last person you want to be messing with when it comes to stuff like
Oh,
that.
he coming for straight. He ain't ducking no wreck. He coming for straight necks.
Yeah, he's confident, and he gonna come how he wants.
So I looked at it as like Nike putting out a shoe with the Jumpman on it and not telling Jordan. That's how I looked at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we putting this out. Like, nah, bro. Like, we know the Jumpman means me. Because, of course, obviously, for all my sneakerheads out there, we know that Jordan used to not always have Jumpman on it. Had the Nike Air on the back.
Yeah,
So that's what you had. So that's what I equated to. Like, that's them coming out and be like, yo, all right, bet we putting out this shoe, and yo, Jordan, you ain't involved, bro.
well, good luck to Diddy.
Yes, for sure. Hope he.
Actually, good luck to Sean John.
Hey, yeah, because listen, unless you comment below if you out here rocking Sean John, but If not,
I haven't seen
that might go belly up.
I haven't seen Sean John in so long. For him to go after Sean John, I mean, whatever. We'll keep y'all updated on that as the case goes on.
As that opens up.
To see what comes out of that. So let's hop right back into the prison with that Capitol rioter who was granted like organic food. Because I know when it happened and they locked him up, they were complaining. Because, you know, his mother was on news saying, like,
on the news talking about
he can't eat that, he could die, and they starving him, and blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. She said, he said, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Nah. First of all, I don't feel sorry for that man. He's a terrorist, number one.
Oh, my God.
All right? That's first and foremost. That man's a terrorist out there. And if you don't know,
James is in his bag today.
It's not the man with his feet kicked up on the desk. It's not that one.
Yeah.
It's not Buddy carrying the podium.
Yeah.
It's Buddy with the bison head on and the face paint. God. That's who we're talking about. Just to let y'all know. And you know what I'm saying? We might throw a picture up there, but I don't even want to have his face on my podcast. So that's why I ain't with it.
Shoot, if we could decide what the hell we want to eat in prison, I'm sure a lot of people would be like...
Yeah, it's called the last meal for a reason. It's not an everyday meal. It's called the last meal.
But, I mean, okay. So he says organic food. Organic, is he a vegetarian? Is that like a vegetarian?
They didn't go into detail about... They just said he has an organic diet. He gotta get gotta get the stuff from Whole Foods, I guess.
They feeding him rabbit food, like lettuce and you know. But I would think, cause I'm sure I'm not positive, but I'm sure that in jail that you would have a vegetarian option.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they have that. If I'm not
due to religion and stuff like that, I would
call that a fact. Actually, I wouldn't even say I think so. I call that a fact. They have dietary options.
So I feel like vegetarian should be more than enough for your whatever he had going on to be okay. I feel like vegetarians do eat organic per se. I don't want to be disrespectful to nobody, but I would say on the outside looking and not living that lifestyle, I would be like, okay, vegetarians do eat organic. That's my thing. Yeah. But my issue is for Kodak to come out and look like a whole another different person. That's so sad. Talking about he a clone. No, they starved that man.
No, they starved that man.
So he lost weight and he looks completely different. Exactly.
So for that, for us, for a man that has millions of dollars, can't get proper treatment. Now, I'm not asking for preferential treatment. I'm asking for proper treatment.
Of course.
In jail.
Yeah.
We're granting this man organic food after he just tore up the Capitol building with these people. That's what we're doing.
Listen,
this is what we're doing now.
I will give him the option of vegetarian or not. Or starve yourself if you want, but you got time to spend in here.
But my thing is, not trying to be disrespectful,
because they were saying it's like a health thing. I've never heard of that.
What I'm saying is, right? How does he know it's organic or not? Like, what does this organic diet entail that he knows the difference?
He just wanted to complain. His mama wanted to cry on TV for something.
Because that's wild to me. That's wild that they really granted that man that. That's crazy to me.
But you say granted, right? Mm-hmm. And we go back to how do you know organic or not?
Right.
I want to know I wish they took pictures of the difference of this is what we served him yesterday.
And this is what we served him
today. And now that we granted him organic, this is what he got today.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? So
how do we know?
I don't know. Hopefully we get more on that too.
Yeah, the headline alone pissed me off, but I read it.
But let's hop out of prison now.
Oh, we out there. Uh-oh.
6ix9ine is back on social media.
Uh-oh. After
6ix9ine, he got more tattoos, looking more rainbow than ever with the flowers and
Did you see the neck beard?
And the neck beard of 6ix9ine? Yes. Oh, yeah.
Now, hold on. Before y'all try to come at me in these comments, all right? I know what I'm working with. I'm just saying, the man looked like he did a prison sentence.
I'm a 6ix9ine fan.
We know.
I'm a 6ix9ine fan. I enjoy his music. I'm not saying he's the best rapper alive or his lyrics are worthy of, you know,
we're not giving him the lyrics, right? We're not giving him the lyrics of the year.
I have fun when I'm in the car and, you know, jumping around to some foolishness. I just enjoy it.
I'm glad you said foolishness.
I just enjoy it. And 6ix9ine says, he's like, I'm trash, but the people like it. And it's true.
It's
People
definitely 100%
listen.
true. People tune in. What he got? 1.1. Didn't he break Instagram or something like that? He
He's
broke
always
Instagram.
breaking numbers. Like, so when he did that drop, he looks different. I don't know. He looks
Yes.
like he's gonna come different. I feel like it go either way. Maybe he's gonna try to be different, not get the attention that he wants, and then start to wild out and bug out, because he grew in numbers and views because he was wilding and bugging out, doing some crazy stuff.
Right, but I think because that formula no longer works for him,
He's gonna try something
because of the whole snitching thing. I don't think he's a snitch, and the reason why I don't think he's a snitch, and me and you have talked about this, I didn't believe his music. If I don't believe your music and I thought it was strictly entertainment, when the feds came to get people and he told, I was not surprised.
You're not surprised.
I was not surprised at all. I said, we really think he living by code? I never believed this.
Do you think he's still in danger?
Yes. For sure. Yes.
That's why he ain't outside like that?
Yeah, because you got to think about it. A lot of rappers still talk about him being a snitch. And it's just like, I don't know if you're just mad at the whole snitching thing in general.
I feel like the only person who should be mad is the people he snitched on. And didn't the people he snitched on was doing him dirty? So it's like, wasn't it all like attacking each other, you know,
the people
Treyway, whatever?
Yeah, the people he snitched on should have known better.
Didn't they kidnap his ass? And like,
all of those things. Look, listen.
You kidnap me and I get locked up, I'm snitching. James, I'm snitching, James. You kidnap me, it was John, Michael, Adam, his little sister Sally.
You giving the whole family up.
They live on 3542 Treyway.
Hey,
like,
yeah, everything. His mother dropped this car. She drive a little red Cherokee.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, but 6ix9ine.
So like I said, I've never believed his music. Never for once believed that.
So you weren't bothered by it.
So I wasn't bothered by none of this. And I think the reason why he has to move differently is because you got to think about the major media outlets right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, we have these conversations where I wish, like, I wish at this time we would have done this. But I'm like, our mindset wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked properly because we weren't where we are now. But like when radio's still radio, but like podcasting is the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are tuning into, I don't know what the radio numbers are, but obviously, you know, they're always going to be there because people get in their car, not everybody uses the aux.
Uh-huh.
But if you think about it, what generates this revenue outside of the Breakfast Club and, like, I guess you could say Hot 97 and these major media outlets, is podcasts and being on people's podcasts.
Of course.
So when you hear 6ix9ine hit up Joe Budden and Joe Budden says no, 6ix9ine hits up $1 million worth of game, $1 million worth of game says hell no.
His outlet, and I don't blame.
His world becomes a lot smaller. You see what I'm saying?
He
come to public square. I don't care.
That's, you know, it's so funny. I was about to say, I think I would do the same for the protection of my numbers and my viewers because he has so many haters. But then now I think, and I'm like, fuck that. It would bring more views, no?
It would bring more. I think my personal opinion. This is
because we'd be the one group that accepts him to hear his story, what he got to say.
Right, but the way I would do it though, it wouldn't be one of those things the way he's feel like he run the show. Like no, bro. Like if we want to ask this question,
correct.
right? Yeah. If I want to ask you this question about such and such, I'm gonna let you know. Hey, look, I'll do it business wise. Hey, look, these are the things that we're going to get into. If you're not okay with that, it is fine. We won't do it.
Okay.
But you're not about to hear and tell me you can ask this, you can ask that, you can ask this, you can ask that, you can ask this, and be like, well, okay, so what is our show going to be about?
I don't think he would be like that.
See,
I think he would come out here and be like, F so and so, they could come find me on my block, blah blah blah, and then he just start. I wouldn't want him to come out here to just start shooting. You know what I mean? Like,
have Joe tell the story. That's kind of what they told him. Obviously, I'm not in privy to any of those conversations.
That's what they told 6ix9ine is that they want to ask or you can't come to me and tell me how to run my show type. Like,
right, like kind of, we
so
kind of don't want to talk about. So 6ix9ine
went to him and said, don't ask this, don't ask that.
That's what they kind of said.
But then again.
It wasn't directly said, it was implied. Let's put it that way. It's implied that was the way the conversation was going.
His case is completely closed. He can't be.
His case done.
So
no,
he can't. So
he's
nothing.
told, yeah, that's
okay.
over with. Case closed.
Okay.
This is not because you
'Cause
know you can't
I
do
started
double
thinking,
jeopardy.
yeah. So I was started
Yeah,
thinking
nah.
maybe he has something up in the air that he didn't
No.
want. He didn't want discussed for his own personal safety or anything like that.
Now there may be things that he's not allowed to talk about. I'll give you that. Like
Okay.
so, because of obviously certain things, but he had to in his public record, he had to tell everything, including things that made him guilty and implicated himself. He had to tell them everything, and they told him.
Did you hear some of the?
Oh,
did you
yeah.
watch some of the? They went. I'm detailed.
Yeah,
From the beginning, he told his whole life story in
basically.
that court.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he, in order to get the deal that he got, he had to implicate himself and tell them everything. They told him, if you leave anything out, you're going with them. They were very, very thorough with their interviewing of him.
Well, we'll see what comes about of 6ix9ine. I enjoyed the little snippet of that song he put on IG.
Yeah, wasn't bad.
It's a typical 6ix9ine song,
Right.
so you can't go wrong. But speaking of more artists, more ratchet artists,
Ooh,
more fun artists,
more ratchet, more fun.
Cardi B accused of stealing the hook on her new song, like
Oh, up and it's
up
stuck.
and it's stuck. That supposedly that hook came from a song that was dropped earlier. I think 4 or 5
months ago. Yeah, 4 or 5 months
earlier.
ago, more or less.
Yeah, so I saw her speaking on it, and everybody was commenting on it. What is after hearing both songs? What do you would you, if that was your song, the first song, would you
Yes.
hear that and say, yeah, she stole that?
Yes. Here's why.
Okay.
I believe that big artists shark off of these little ones. I believe that they do it not just with their music, but with their videos,
Okay.
because they're so much bigger. You would think, right? Like if you had no idea, you would think that they stole that song from Cardi B,
Yeah.
unless we showed you timestamps, right? So unless we did our journalism thing and said, okay, this came out this time, this song came out here, so this song came out 4 or 5 months ago. This song came out recently, like what is it, a week old, more or less?
Yeah.
A week old. You would be like, they took this from Cardi B. Like, so we'd hear the Cardi B song, say in the YouTube recommended, it pops up next. You'd be like, oh, they jocking Cardi.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think it's the reverse. But I think a lot of these major artists do shark off of these smaller artists that people don't really know about, for sure.
Well, Cardi B was saying that no, she didn't,
Right.
and that if she would have felt like she jocked off of them or
Okay.
whatever, that she would, because she don't like to go to court. She says she's like
That was funny.
She a Bronx girl, who likes to deal with court anyway.
No.
And she was talking about how expensive it is to have the lawyers and do the court stuff and how long it is and stuff. She said if she felt like she jocked them, that she would go to them and work it out personally,
Right.
to try to skip on the fact of court. So I'm guessing with all the talk that she's gonna end up having to do that with these guys.
My thing is, I believe she's stand up as far as business is concerned. I don't think she does bad business.
Okay.
I think she's worth way too much, and the setting that she's around with QC, you know what I'm saying, which is who the Migos are signed to, obviously her husband is Offset, that they don't do bad business, period. It doesn't make sense for them to do bad business.
Okay.
So with that being said, I believe that. I don't believe that's just her just talking to sound, her PR person, hey, say this type thing. I believe that. But I believe these artists see her as
A check.
a ticket, a big ticket.
Well, that video had a lot of views. I don't know if they had the views prior to it being.
That's what I also want to know too, because we kind of
being
got
the
onto this late. So I don't
yeah.
know if they almost had 300,000. I don't know if the 300,000 is because
something like that. I don't
right.
know if it because of
Exactly,
the talk
because of controversy.
Because I mean, they're gonna win either way out of this.
Right. So I think even if she did come to them, was like, hey, look, blah, blah, whatever. If you feel this way type thing, we'll give you what she said. She said, I'll give you 20 bands up front and you get 2% of the song.
But that was she was just throwing numbers
Right.
out as an example. I don't think she was saying that that's the deal she's going to try to address.
But
with
it sounded
these guys.
reasonable. It didn't sound like it was out like she was just throwing out numbers. It sounded
20,
reasonable.
20 bands and 2%
20
of the
bands
song.
and 2% of the song. I think they'd be like, nah, you Cardi B, you, and this is us. So, you know what I'm saying?
I
They do
would
that
want
whole,
20 bands, 2% of the song, and we do a track together.
Okay.
You hop on my track and
Don't
promote it.
Don't expect to be a fire Cardi burst.
Oh she ain't about to come just fart on my record. Nah, you gotta come correct. But that's what I'm just saying. What I would ask. Now, obviously, you gotta think labels and
That's what I'm
stuff
saying.
like
So
that.
like,
So
you understand, there's obviously a lot more into it than them just having a conversation with Cardi. But I think even if she came to them, they would try to run the bag up, which is crazy. You get 2% of a song of a major artist, plus the 20 bands. You know how much revenue you about to get?
well, I'm sure we're gonna all find out soon.
Right.
What's gonna come out
Oh,
from
but wait.
that?
But we were talking about it briefly.
Hmm.
You were like, well, she said basically, you know how basic that is? Like, you know how many people, 12 people came, 12 people, they showed me 12 songs with saying this same exact phrase. Like, this is such a common phrase. I was like, but
You said the melody.
exactly, the cadence is very, very close. And Bruno Mars has to pay Trinidad James for Don't Believe Me, Just Watch. That's all I'm saying.
And that's forever?
Yeah, you got to pay him for
I'll
it.
take this off. I get cold. I mean, yeah, cold. Now put it back on. I'm gonna get hot. Fuck.
But so that's what I think. Like, so if they trying to go that route, they trying to get paid for a while. But I think they should play it right if they're trying to get paid. Don't be stupid about it. Don't be dumb if that's what you're trying to do.
That's crazy that you bring up Bruno Mars
Mm-hmm.
because we saw in recent news that a Texas man pretended to be Bruno Mars. I guess speaking with she was a 62-year-old woman
And got the bag from her.
and got a hundred.
Got a bag.
She was 63 years old, and she $100,000 or something. Or was it that
Yeah, it
much?
was 100,000. Yeah, he got 100,000 out this woman.
So I was like, she thought she was in love. Ended up, why Bruno Mars asking you for money? Why is Bruno Mars asking you for money?
Cause he got a bad coke habit. That was in poor taste. I'm
So
sorry.
the alleged
That was poor
online
taste.
romance scam resulted in the arrest of, this name is crazy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna wreck it. Chinwendu Azunu.
So he either African or he's one of them African scammers or he a Chinese scammer. That's what this sounds
No,
like.
It looks African.
African?
The name looks African. He was
Mhm.
38 years old. Yeah, so done got 63 years old and done got. He was taken into custody and released from jail on a $30,000 bond, is what court records show.
How
She fell in
First of all,
love with Bruno Mars.
can you explain this to me? Maybe you could explain this to me,
63
right?
years old.
And maybe I guess everybody's different,
What?
but
What?
how you fall in love with somebody without seeing the person?
But this is Bruno
How?
Mars.
She asked for no proof.
Yeah, I guess. Y'all ain't FaceTime?
That's what I'm
She's
saying.
63, bro.
I guess that.
She's 63.
So shouldn't she know better? I'm not trying to bash this woman. I'm really not. I'm trying to
If I
understand the
thought
situation.
Bruno Mars slid into my DMs, I'd be
Mhm.
happy and in love too. But I ain't sending $100,000. I'm already in love with Bruno Mars.
Okay, but you would also check for a blue check mark.
What? Oh, heck
Number
yeah.
one.
Heck
You
yeah.
would check the follow account
But
to make
she's
it make sense.
63, James. 63.
So if she's 63, shouldn't she know better than Bruno Mars not gonna be
but
messaging her?
she ain't savvy with it. How she know Bruno Mars?
I mean, this is 24 karat magic.
My grandmother would know who Bruno Mars is too.
Yeah, but that's different.
My grandma cool.
Yeah,
She hip.
yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. Like, I ain't gonna put none of her business out here, but
63.
'cause
guys.
that's my goon.
And he
She's super dope. She's super dope. I love that woman.
This lady thought Bruno Mars was trying to slide.
First of all,
How'd that guy come up with that? He
I
said,
don't know.
today I'm Bruno Mars, and I'm going to catch this 63-year-old woman who's definitely down with Bruno.
listen,
Has Bruno Mars spoke about this?
I haven't seen. I would stay far away.
But
from
Bruno
this.
isn't he isn't in the limelight like that. I know
No.
that he has said like during COVID that he bunkered down in the
Right.
studio and he's been working and stuff like that. And I saw he had like a partnership or something with a liquor or something like that.
Okay.
But he doesn't post. He's not the type to hop on the gram on live and
So
and-
does that
and
make it more
discuss stuff.
believable? Just trying to help her out just a little bit, cause she kind of out here now. Does that make it a little better that he's not super posty? Oh, I call that. That's a public face term from now on.
you done got.
So that's just it. So it's just all
She
straight,
got.
straight stupidity all across
Slipped
the board.
up.
Okay.
Got. I catch a grenade for ya.
Yeah, she caught a grenade. All right. She caught that grenade and it blew up in her head.
Oh my gosh. In other more serious news,
Oh man.
I hope that you've seen this video that's gone viral of a caregiver
Okay.
who was taking care of this old lady.
Yes.
It sucks that I feel like I have to say this for the people that didn't see the video. I hate that I have to say this. The
But that's how crazy this
caregiver
world is.
a black woman
Yes.
and the old lady is white.
Strong.
And I don't
black
I
woman.
hate I don't like that I had to say
put the
that.
parameters
I don't
around it
like
like that?
that
Yeah,
that
no,
had
for
to
real.
be a part of the story, a part
Right.
of
Part of the narrative.
I didn't like that I said that, but it had to be said.
No, I had to give parameters for the
Yeah,
conversation.
so the old woman, the caregiver's cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and the old lady. Beep. We went from hood to riches.
Rags to riches. Rags to riches. Rags to riches.
From the hood to riches. Now listen, it rained outside. We had our vehicles outside. Some stuff that couldn't get wet. You know, family stuff. When you
Exactly.
ain't got your own, you gotta just.
You gotta deal with the
You
accommodations.
gotta maneuver.
Of the place.
This looks beautiful. I love this setup, and if we could do this all the time, I definitely would.
For sure. I'm not opposed.
But just so y'all understand why we had to do that quick switch real quick.
Yeah.
But let's just hop right back into it. So the caregiver was taking care of this lady, and the caregiver is recording herself for the purpose of showing it to her daughter,
Right.
to the old lady's daughter. Like,
Right.
look what your mother's doing.
Right.
In the video, she's cooking. She got like some lettuce or whatever. The old woman's taking the lettuce, throwing it at her, you know, speaking vulgar to her, looking at her like dead in her eyes, like with evil. She looked evil. This old.
Straight evil intentions.
I was like, yo. So whatever. She's throwing stuff at her. Now the next clip is where it gets ugly.
Okay.
So you could tell it's moved to like the other side.
Right.
This woman is still in her face, still bothering her, calling her names, calling her out of her name and stuff like that. She's eating like a lemon. She's eating
I
something.
thought it was a banana because the way it was so
Really?
easy to bite into. Yeah, because at first, remember, the first thing I said was, is she about to squeeze this on her?
Oh,
but then
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, then she kept biting it and spitting. So I was like, I think this is a banana.
And when if you haven't seen the video, when he says spitting, she was spitting in the caregiver's face.
Yes.
I'm talking about coming up to her and spitting.
Like chunks of food was on this woman's body.
And the caregiver, God bless her heart, stayed professional,
Calm and neutral the
super
entire time.
calm, didn't curse her out.
Nope.
She was telling her, stop, don't do that. No, I'm going to show your daughter. She didn't push her, raise her hand. She didn't, nothing. I'm talking about she was straight faced, wiped her face, like stop. Me personally, in that position, I'm going to step back.
Right.
I'm going to try to put space between me and this older lady.
Yes, because we forgot about the knife part.
Oh, she had a knife as
Yeah,
well.
the knife part.
Thankfully, you guys have to go watch this video. In
Right.
YouTube, I wrote like caregiver gets spit in the face or
Right.
something. It should be the first thing that comes up. So she's like, oh, put the knife down. Thankfully, that the lady didn't do
Try to attack her.
any acts with the knife.
Right.
Thank God. But she was spitting in her face or
Right.
whatever the case may be. But me personally, I'd go on the other side of the counter. We could play
Ring around the
Ring
rosy.
Around the Rosie if we have to. But I'm going to keep that distance
Right.
while I have your daughter on the phone.
Right.
Hey, you have, depending on where she works, if I know, 30 minutes to an hour tops. After that hour, I'm calling the police so that somebody's with this lady,
Right.
so I can remove myself from this situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that was just crazy. So then it goes to people talking, and
Right.
it goes back to the fact of I had to say the race
Right.
of these two individuals. They were saying racism
Okay.
because you know our history of
Right.
of getting spit on and what that
What that represents and what that means.
Yes.
Like, Shannon Sharpe, I don't know. Shannon Sharpe played tight end for the Denver Broncos, Hall of Famer.
Uh-huh.
Great guy. He's on TV now, FS1. He talks about there was an incident, and obviously this is not exactly the same, but there's an incident that went on where another player spit on another player.
Okay.
Right? And he's like, and I take it the same way, spitting at somebody or on somebody is saying you're lower than the ground.
It's degrading. It's degrading.
Like, people spit on the ground.
Yes.
So for somebody to spit on you is like, I'm treating you like the ground.
Correct.
And so the symbolism of spitting on somebody is just pure and blatant disrespect.
Yeah, I agree.
No matter who's doing it.
I agree.
But continue with your point, though.
So we go back, racism. Everybody's screaming racism. We have to think she's an older woman.
Uh-huh.
For 1 second, let's put color aside.
Now, you brought this to my attention, by the way. You did bring that to my attention. You asked a very dope question, but continue.
She's an older woman.
Right.
What if this lady has dementia?
Okay.
Okay? And another, I feel what shows even more signs of dementia.
Okay.
There's another clip rolling around. I don't know if this was before or after.
Got you.
They're dancing together. And you see that the lady has a smile and she's grooving with her or whatever. It's a cute clip. To see from that to the I almost choked on my sweat. The hatred in that woman's eyes when she was doing the spitting act and stuff like that.
Okay.
It just showed signs of dementia. I don't know, yes or no. It hasn't been confirmed, or I haven't seen that it's been confirmed if that woman has dementia.
Okay.
But it makes sense. It makes sense. Patients with dementia, I have family members with dementia. They have outbursts.
Okay.
They start to act in a way that's not them.
Okay.
Out of their person.
Okay.
And sometimes things can get dangerous and stuff of that nature.
Okay.
Dementia is a serious illness.
Right.
That takes over your mental capacity pretty much. So if she has dementia, does it make it okay?
This is my question. Does dementia, does that make you act out of character? Or does that make you not aware of your surroundings?
I think it makes you act out of character.
Okay.
Patients with dementia come out with shirts on their feet, thinking they're shoes, make them scream vulgar things, make them fight against their daughters because they don't know who you are.
Gotcha.
And stuff like that. So a patient with dementia, in my eyes, is capable of anything.
Okay.
Depending on the day, depending on the mood they're in, depending on the phase of dementia that they're at. Because that eats away at you slowly.
Progress, right.
You know what I mean?
It's not a rapid thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's like, but then it goes back to color, because we put color into everything.
Right.
That it looks horrible.
It does. The optics of this whole situation looks 100% terrible. So back to me asking that question is because if it takes you, in my mind, right, and obviously I don't know enough about it, my first thought was, okay, this is how this lady really feels. She just don't show it. And this is the side of her that nobody knows about, how she really thinks, because a lot of it's not this is not before, once upon a time it was popular for you to do things and say things like that.
Devil's advocate here.
Yes, go ahead.
That was an old woman in this thing.
Okay.
In her time,
yes.
Let's say she was that person.
Okay.
People change. I've heard countless stories of people who were raised racist, met somebody or saw something that changed them.
Okay.
But maybe if you're saying what you're saying, it can also be it brought her back to the person she was at a certain time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But she could have changed, and it could have been, because if I know my grandmother's racist, I'm not going to bring her a black caregiver.
What if you don't know?
No, you got to know if your mother's racist or not.
Not necessarily. Because now I think about it, right? Like, it depends on how you grow up, right? So, like, say, like, there's a lot of people that I've talked to or that I've known, or, and yes, they're white, saying they ain't meet black people until college. You ain't meet not one single black person, or your high school ain't had no black people in it.
No, but she's old. You had to have known your mother, whether watching TV or something. People. So
you're saying like there's
your daughter who gave you that caregiver has to know. I can tell you right now whether or not all my immediate family is racist or not.
Okay.
So I feel like that if she would have thought or saw, hey, my mother's racist, she's not going to give her a black caregiver.
So now I ask you, does the daughter care?
Does the daughter? Yeah, she
Does
gave
she?
her a caregiver. If
No,
she
what I'm
didn't
saying,
care,
like,
she
does-
could go. She would be in a home.
But what I'm saying is, does she care enough to care about that, like that part of her mother's life? Like, does she care? Oh, well, I'm just gonna get her a caregiver so I don't have to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? These are just options. Not saying that this is the fact, because obviously we don't know.
I
all
feel
the
like if she
logistics of
cared
that
enough to
situation.
spend money on a caregiver, she'd care.
My thing is, I don't know if what their financial situation is. This could be regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be. I don't know what the. Obviously everybody's financial things are different. So obviously certain people, they have enough money to do that. Other people, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. We may be pinching some couple pennies, but I'm gonna take care of my mother. So if it's my former thing where it's like, all right, we got money, it doesn't really matter. Does she care enough?
It goes back to the fact of her getting. Yeah, she didn't. What money or not? If you didn't care, and your mother gets sick like that, you're going to a home. If you didn't care.
Okay.
But it goes to the fact of all, and this is freaking social media. There's clips and on clips that you just get this little piece. You get 30 seconds of
Right.
something,
Mhm.
of a situation.
Right.
And then it allows your mind and your imagination to run wild. Now we get to guess what started that, who's at fault, and all of that. Sometimes you can tell from 30 seconds of what's going on, but you don't know what led up to that,
Right.
or what happened when the camera turned off. This clip was recorded and dropped without the information of her well-being, her health.
Right.
If that clip would have came out and been like, this old lady is perfectly fine mentally, because there's old women that have 100% up there.
Yeah.
This old lady, it would have been a whole different ball game. But since we're constantly living on fast time of 15, 30-second clips,
Mhm.
and we expect to get all our information from that, that's going to lead to misconceptions and stuff of that nature.
Okay. And assumptions.
Yeah, we have this back and forth of what you perceive from it, what I perceive from it. And the only thing there is facts that we don't have.
Right. That's why I can't properly judge this for the simple fact of I don't have all the information, because I don't want to.
That's what
I
I'm
personally
saying.
do not want to label this woman as a racist.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't believe that all white people are racist. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
So, and me having that stance, I don't want to give this lady. I care more about the truth, whether the lie is entertaining or not. So me caring about the truth means that I'm not going to label this lady a racist. But I will say I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
If this
Because
woman,
imagine the perception. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Imagine the perception if they were both white, or if they were both black. This would be a whole different conversation.
the race conversation wouldn't be involved, but I would still be like, yo, me personally, yo, that's wild.
Of course.
That's wild. Whoa, that's wild.
Of course. But would more
You
people
spitting on
say
somebody?
dementia?
I don't know. That's a very good question. Let us know in the comments below what you really think.
100%.
Yes, and the issue is, right, the real big issue is the simple fact of the history of this country
Yeah.
and how long these things have been going on in this country.
It makes me so sad.
It's hard for, I feel like, anybody of color to label this anything else but, because it happens so often. You know what I mean? Like,
But you have to put all the other
I hear-
stuff
no.
into play.
Right.
This
I
isn't
hear you.
a 25-year-old who did that. I don't think it's right to because of color to just label it that.
right. That's
Of course, because of the act, you can't help but to think of it. But we shouldn't label it. So now, if the thing comes out that woman is healthy mentally, boom, put the racism. Period. That it is what it is. You know what I mean? It just sucks the world that we live in, and because of what we've been through and continue to go through, that now everything has to be that, and I don't like the thought of that.
I hear you. The unfortunate and sad part is that it happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and because of
Every
that is where we're
single
at.
day. If you know what I'm saying, like, nobody's asking not to go on. I'm trying not to go on a rant. nobody's asking for preferential treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're asking to be equal.
Of course.
Not asking for nothing else. I'm not asking to, because I'm a black man in America that I need this, and that, and the third. Like, nah, just give me a fair shake like everybody else get one. And by everybody else, you know what I mean.
Of course. That's such an emotional topic, and I really don't enjoy talking about it because it sucks how we're treated
Right.
and how we continue to lose lives over it and
Exactly.
stuff of that nature, and how this mother effer Trump ain't being arrested, but we ain't gonna get into that. But let's continue with it's gonna stay in this same subject
Right.
of Aunt Jemima, the pancake and the syrup and all that. She got like a whole brand,
Yeah, the
right?
pancake mix and the syrups.
They changed the name because
It's like Miller's Plantation
Miller's
Company. That sound like y'all own slaves. So y'all went from Aunt Jemima to the name of the plantation she was sitting on. I'm confused. That's what we're doing? First of all, if we really think about it, how many black people do we have, and for lack of a better, no, you know what, I won't even say that word, are faces of brands. Like, when you see grandma on the syrup bottle, you automatically know what that is
yeah.
without having a name on it. If we
Yeah.
took everything off the box and you saw, you know what I'm saying, grandma on the box, or auntie on the box, whatever you want to call her, you know what that is.
Of course. I think if I go to the store now, I'll pass it without even.
Not gonna lie to you, I probably walk right past it because there's two people that I can think of off top. Really three, but one is his face isn't on the packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Is Uncle Ben
Yeah.
and Aunt Jemima.
Okay.
Those are staples.
I think with the world being at an uproar because of the name change, I think they'll go back. I think they're going to. They changed something that wasn't broken. They tried to fix something that wasn't broken.
But who called for this? Like, who said we need to change? Because I didn't see it. I didn't see any uproar about it. I feel like it's, you know what I feel like this is? That's that guilt. That's that guilt. Whoever started this came out for this to be funny, and you know what I'm saying, they don't want company secrets leaked, so they was like, let's fix this type thing.
I think more so it's a spit in the face than guilt. I think it's let's do this, not a
It could be
guilt thing.
I wasn't even trying to be that dark, but hey, it could be.
I don't know. Whoever was messed up.
Cause now what? What do we start changing everything now? We start changing all this stuff?
I'm telling you, it's gonna go back. They're gonna put it back. Sales are gonna drop. They're going to put Auntie back on that bottle.
They shouldn't have took off the bottle. My opinion, though. Cause you named it. You went from Aunt Jemima to like I said, the plantation she was on. That's great, bro. Perfect.
Well, you heard our opinions on the subject. Got a little dark and moody, a little at the end.
Yeah, the energy.
Yeah, it was like
sucked the air out the
rained on our parade.
Hey, literally.
Oh
and
my
figuratively.
gosh. But once again, a recap. Wilson, the artist that we started this podcast with. Shout out Wilson. Please go check him out. Follow his Instagram and be ready for that track to drop. Wilson, we gonna be on you to drop this. Don't be playing games now.
Don't disappoint, brother.
Right? But this
ain't about to give me some fire and then hold it to yourself.
Again, we love to hear our viewers' commentary and opinions. Yes. DM us, comment on YouTube, Instagram, all that goodness. This is your friendly neighborhood podcast,
yes, sir.
Public Square, with your host,
Just Wavy, aka Wavy the Gemini, aka Mr. Drop Them Gems on You. I had to add that after this pod, you know what I'm saying? AKA, you know where I stay. I'm playing, y'all know where I stay.
Well, it's your girl Kayla Briani, AKA. Nah, I'm just playing.
Nah, yeah, get in your bag. AKA who? AKA the best. I'll do it. Hold on, I'll do it. Hold on, I got you. AKA the GOAT. Videographer, photographer. AKA, y'all don't even want to know what she got cooking up next because it's fire. AKA,
don't tell him too much. Don't tell him too much.
AKA Mrs. In Her Bag.
Oh,
you feel me? AKA The big stepper. Yeah.
Lord
I
have
got more, but y'all
mercy.
not ready
Oh
yet.
my gosh. Well, I hope we didn't make y'all sad, angry, or nothing like
Y'all
that.
ain't sad. Y'all be ready next week. Shout out to all our fans and supporters. Appreciate y'all.
Heck yeah. God bless and have a good night. This is Public Square. We are out.
It's true, man. I grew up in a middle class home, in a middle class city with some middle class hoes. You won't ever hear my movements, it's just shit you'll never know. But my hit list looking crazy, man. I'm dead shot on the low. I'm really cold.